To me it's about soul, about meaning, about expression, in its purest form. My name is Luca Roagna, 5th generation winemaker. And this is my father Alfredo. Our history began in Barbaresco in the late 1800s with my great-grandparents Rosa and Vincenzo. They were part of a small group of pioneers that created the style of Barbaresco wine we now consider classic. Our goal is to bring out the soul of our single vineyard, throughout the purity and the beauty of the Nebbiolo grape. This means to be as true to nature as possible. I call it the idea of the forest, where all creatures living in the vineyard are allowed to play a unique role in the biodiversity of the terroir. In Piemonte, historically, the Nebbiolo harvest starts when the first fog arrives, in the beginning of October. But every vintage has its own life. We always have to pay close attention to the maturity of the grapes, leading up to the harvest. Everything has to line up for the right day to start. I still keep in mind the rule my grandfather told me as a kid. When the seeds are mature, the grapes are mature. Never before, never after. When you open a grape and the seeds are brown, with a woody and crispy character, the time is ready. We do everything in our vineyard by hand. And with the help of our close friends Giuliano and Gian, we carefully work one parcel at a time.
E ti può togliere con perché Luca non dà.
This careful process usually takes us between 3 to 4 weeks. The grapes are taken to be destemmed as soon as possible, usually within half an hour after picking. To produce a great wine, it is essential to use natural yeast from our own grapes. A few days before the harvest, we pick around 100 kilograms of grapes to act as the pied de cuve to start the fermentation. When the stemming, the grapes, juice, and a small amount of stems are transported into large Slavonian oak barrels, 1 barrel per parcel. We only use the best quality of artisanal barrels, usually around 9 centimeters of thickness and with natural inside. This gives the best microoxygenation and slows down the maturation. After the first fermentation, we use one of the oldest techniques of vinification, the submerged cap. We lock the top of the barrel with plank of oak before we fill them completely to keep the skins inside the barrel in constant contact with the liquid. They are kept like this for 2 months or sometimes more, to get a perfect extraction and a slow caress. Before, usually mid-December, we start the skin separation. As each of our vineyards produce completely different wine, they also require different aging. Some of the young, more naturally elegant wines, like Asili or Pira, may only need 3 to 4 years in oak to bring out their character. While the more complex like Montefico, Paillet and Cricket Paillet require from 5 to 10, 12 years to bring out their expression. This maturation in oak is almost like capturing a picture of the wine expression. And after capturing this picture, we transfer the wine to our concrete vats to preserve for the second part of its maturation circle. As wine age best in big format, we regard these concrete vats almost like big bottles. They allow us to keep the definition and preserve the wine as it slowly reaches the perfect maturation. A cellar without old bottles is a cellar without history. We always keep a library of vintages to preserve our history for the future generation and to show the beauty of the Nebbiolo. We bottle our wines when they show the soul of the terroir. This is not the end of the process. It's the beginning of the second life. I remember my grandfather Giovanni always said, a great old wine was also a really good young wine.